Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Could Be Worse. My name is Tyler. This is Dom.
Hello.
Happy Halloween. We're pre-recording this a couple weeks in advance, but this should come out the day before Halloween. So, happy Halloween if you're still a fucking man-child who... It's not really guys, I guess. It's more girls I see that go like way overboard.
Yeah, well, girls girls like dressing up,
Sure. But, it's like... The spooky season thing really gets on my nerves. If I'm being honest, that term really just drives me up a fucking wall.
Spooky season? You don't like that? You don't like those captions?
I mean, I just feel like it's an expression for like functionally retarded Disney adults who jerk off to WandaVision. They flick their bean to WandaVision. It's like,
yeah.
Can we grow up a little bit? Our whole generation has a problem. We're stuck at we have like Arrested Development. We're stuck at age 12 permanently.
Yeah. Or they like recreating memes that were big 7 years ago.
Right.
Like that chick with the frizzy hair with the weird glasses just turning around.
Yeah.
Like people were dressing up as that.
Yeah, no, the costumes too are I guarantee who do you want, how much do you want to bet somebody gets fired from their teaching job for showing up as Gabby Petito or something?
How do you even dress up
The hot costume this October for couples is Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito.
Dude, most couples nowadays are like Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito already.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good costume.
I can't believe, dude, I re-downloaded those dating apps, which was a mistake, big mistake.
Which ones did you get?
Hinge and Bumble.
And Grindr. You forgot Grindr, of course.
That's great. That's hilarious. It's funny because it's that's what gay people use. And I'm not gay, but it'd be funny if I was. That's
you decoded that one quick.
Yeah, that's a real elbow from the top rope. I re-download those and I see that the van life thing is still...
Oh, I'm sure it's even bigger.
Everyone's I've seen people I'm looking for someone to quit their job and travel the country with me in a van. It's have we not figured out that that's probably not the move? Do we not see the inevitable consequences of traveling the country in a confined space with a stranger?
Yeah.
Not good. Can we please...
I'm a 26-year-old HR manager, and I'm really looking for someone to choke me out in Yellowstone and throw my body in the geyser.
Right, yeah. I want bears to gnaw on the remnants of my corpse, and I need somebody to drag the corpse out into the wilderness so that's possible. Any takers?
Anybody want to take me to the Six Flags Safari and throw me out of the car at the lion exhibit?
Just open the door on the highway and kick me out while we're doing 75.
Yeah, if we can't afford the cross-country road trip, Six Flags is $50 an entry.
But I mean, that's everyone's quitting their job now. And this is the new thing of everyone I know is quitting their job and going on a cross-country road trip. That's going to solve anything.
Yeah. Everyone's trying to live their life because the last 2 years.
Everybody I know does it and they go the whole time they're texting them, they're sending you pictures it's magical, it's beautiful. I just feel I feel so free, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. And then the second the trip ends, they go, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck, I have no money, I spent all my money, it's expensive, gas is $9 a gallon, I just drove 4,000 miles, I'm broke, I have no job, I quit, I spit in my employer's face, they're never gonna take me back, my life is over. And they have a whole fucking mental breakdown the second that car pulls back in the driveway.
I mean, prayers up to anyone who's recently quit their job or planning on it, because we're about to hit the fattest recession of all time.
Yeah,
this is about to make 2008 look like nothing, man.
Oh yeah, no, I'm I'm reading the news and I mean, it's not looking good.
We are broke, bitch.
I'm starting to get a sight about starting to see a half mile down the road. I'm going, looks like the road kind of just... It's imagine you're in a canoe and you're floating down leisurely. It's a nice day. Maybe you got a cooler of beer or something.
Sure.
And all of a sudden you're what's that noise?
Right.
It sounds like water rushing.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah.
like in the distance, you're like, is that a waterfall?
Oh, fuck.
That can't be a waterfall, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's a waterfall. That's a big waterfall.
With the rocks at the bottom.
Right. And then, so we're in the canoe about like 100 yards from the waterfall right now. We just started to hear the water rushing. We're going, uh-oh, this isn't going to end well for us, is it?
Okay, it's nice right now, but something doesn't feel
Can
right.
you swim? I can't swim.
I can't fly either, so this would be a problem.
Okay. Oh boy, Hail Mary, Mother of Grace. Like,
Yeah, mother, hold on to that shitty job while you can, man.
yeah.
I mean, everyone I know right now, sure. You know what? Fuck it. Everyone I know hates their job right now.
Yeah.
And you gotta hold on to that bitch tight right now.
Nah, just quit your job, burn
Quit
your
your
life down. Nah, you're too practical. You're thinking we talked about this. This is your broke mentality, thinking you need streams of income and ways to pay the bills. Who cares? Be homeless, burn your life down. There's nothing left to live for. Why not just throw it all down the tube and do what you want while you got the time to do it, you know?
Yeah, we're pretty much the new version of Gary Vee. We pretty much tell you it's over, quit now while you get the chance.
Do everything that Gary Vee tells you to do except start a business.
For the love of God, don't try and start a business. It will fail tragically.
Right. In this economy, you're fucked. Just wake up, blow 9 lines of Adderall off your desk, and then pace around, just mumble about possible marketing slogans for a company that will not and does not exist.
That's always, whenever people start, that's always the first thing is the slogan and the name. That's the only thing they can think of.
Just come up with that, and as soon as you can, just on to the next idea. Don't even bother seeing it to fruition. Just keep ideas until you go full-blown amphetamine psychosis, and you leap out the window head first. That's the move here. That is what we're fully endorsing. We're putting our weight behind this one.
We are just a beacon of positivity on this show, week to week.
What you got to do is you wake up 3 a.m. in the morning. That's when winners wake up.
That is when winners from heart palpitations.
Yes.
From the drugs you did last night.
Yes. Yesterday's Adderall wakes you up at 3 in the morning, okay? You walk to the kitchen, just don't even bother making the coffee. Fistful of coffee grounds, just stuff it in your lip like a fucking a tin of dip, you know?
Yeah, just raw dog some Copenhagen coffee.
Right, like chewing tobacco. Just take a huge Pike's Place Starbucks roast and just down the hatch.
That's what winners do.
Mm-hmm. Wash it down with a quart of vodka. This is what winners do.
If it's not out of a plastic bottle, then you're not watching your margins correctly. You're spending too much.
Right, you're overspending. These are luxury goods, okay? The stuff in the plastic bottle will get you drunk just as well as the glass bottle stuff, okay?
Yeah. It works just the same.
You could probably use hand sanitizer. If you really want to bootstrap it, you could use some Purell.
Purell with OJ, I heard goes pretty well.
Mm-hmm. We'll cut it. Why not have fun?
Oh, God. Okay, no, we're keeping that.
Next step. On Columbus Day, too. We're recording this on Indigenous Peoples Day. Sorry.
I love how they gave him the same day.
Yeah. Next thing you gotta do is more Adderall, okay? Because the quart of vodka is gonna cancel out the Adderall from the day before. So now you gotta do.
This isn't an exact science. You gotta find the equilibrium.
Mm-hmm. And now you might have run out of Adderall, so you're gonna have to probably rob a pharmacy. It's 4 a.m. There's probably not a lot of witnesses. So ski mask, handgun, rob a pharmacy, okay?
Yeah.
Get the Adderall, back to your apartment, mansion, however far along you are.
Yeah.
And
TBD.
Yeah, 6 to 7 lines of Adderall. We're talking the strong 20 milligram pills too. Okay?
Yeah.
Next thing you gotta do, and this is what Mark Cuban does, this is what all winners do.
What winners do, folks?
This is what winners do is they go down to the zoo and they fuck a Bengal tiger. It's not about sex, okay? It's about power.
It's about dominance.
Dominance, exactly.
It's that Cesar Millan shit.
This is a winner's mentality.
You gotta be the pack leader.
I don't really remember where this is going.
Well, you're getting arrested for raping a tiger in a zoo off 40 Adderalls. If you were lost, I've been following along.
Okay, so you're high on amphetamines. You're in the holding cell at county. The plan may have backfired at this point. You're coming down. You're starting to realize there was no motivational speaker directing you to do any of this. This was entirely a fugue state, a figment of your imagination. This is a result of the incredible amounts of amphetamine you've ingested.
Yeah, you realize you may have gone too far. All you wanted to start was like an app.
Yeah.
Like a new app.
You were just trying to get a job at Google. Now you're facing 5 to 10 years for animal abuse. It's a slippery slope, but these are the kind of risks that businessmen take every day. So
damn, you should write a fucking book, man.
Maybe,
I like this plan, man.
Another story I've seen in the news. We're just gonna move on.
Yeah.
Another story I saw in the news is because it's Halloween. There's every year they do this story of like somebody's putting edibles. Someone's gonna give your kids edibles instead of Halloween candy.
Right. Yeah.
Who is doing that?
In this fucking climate, you think I can afford to give out my most precious left possessions?
Right. The country is collapsing. The only way to stomach everything that's going on is to be on some kind of narcotic. Why would anyone just hand out narcotics to children, nonetheless?
To children, no less. The only people that's probably have any serotonin left,
right,
is like 8-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean, like there's no one's ever handed out edibles at Halloween. You have more.
That probably has never happened, genuinely.
No, there's more of a risk this year of people handing out like ivermectin at Halloween. Like lacing your Snickers bar with the fucking Moderna vaccine or something.
Yeah, someone just injecting the vaccine into like Mars bars.
Yeah, exactly. That's way more likely given the current political climate than, I don't know, like somebody being like, you know what? I'm just going to make people really happy for free.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have stopped at just the handing out for free part, and that wasn't gonna happen ever.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to start charging now. None of this shit's free.
Yeah.
A jumbo Snickers bar, $4 at my house. King size Reese's, I'm not, $10. You're going to have to haggle because that's my favorite. You're not getting shit for free at my house.
Right. That's like, I saw a story about, it wasn't a story, it was like an advertisement. Like that truth.com or whatever, that bullshit. They're like the they used to be anti-smoking. Now I guess they're like anti-vaping because nobody smokes anymore or whatever.
Dude, those ads are ridiculous now.
They just do like dubstep. Like it's the commercial where it's just like dubstep playing and then it's like really out of touch. People are like, yo, vaping is whack, yo. And it's like making kids like, well, I wasn't going to do it, but now I kind of have to.
Yeah, after watching that, I might have to,
Right, I got to choke down at least a pack of Juul pods just to make up for that bullshit.
Yeah.
But I saw like an ad popped up in my timeline today. And it was like, like vaping causes anxiety and depression in teens.
I think, yes.
Like,
I've seen this ad.
That's what it is.
That's
why kids are anxious and depressed is because of vaping. There's nothing to do with the fact that they'll be dead by 30. There's no future for them. Our planet is dying and our country is imploding. That is tertiary to the fact that they suck down a couple mango pods.
Yeah, they're anxious and depressed and on drugs because of Juuls. Yeah, it's not because of everything around them.
No.
And everything being worse and worse and the country falling apart.
The government is doing its darndest to make a future for them. The American dream is alive and well. It's never been stronger. It's just those gosh darn cucumber pods that are destroying our nation's mental health.
It's definitely not because statistically every day they have to go to the most dangerous place on earth.
Right.
A fucking middle school.
Yeah, that's what I love. They're like, don't vape. It could kill you. It's like, yeah, you could also just go to math class and get a fucking 9mm round in your skull. Like, there's, yeah, vaping's going to kill you if the bullets don't,
Dude, kids go to school now and you see them like in the bathrooms just like chain smoking like vapes.
Yeah.
The same way like in the like 1920s like coal mine workers were like smoking cigs.
No, it's like they're in the trenches in World War I,
Literally like bullets whizzing by.
Yeah. They have to smoke because they're under so much stress. They're like, Jesus Christ, somebody fucking popped up a thing of popcorn. I had to dive under my desk. I thought this was it, you know?
They're dodging school shooters and pedophile teachers like it's goddamn.
I know. Yeah, if the bullets don't get you, someone's going to pull you into the janitor's closet and stuff a finger in your ass. I mean, these kids, they need the smoke. I'm sorry. They need something to calm their nerves. Have you ever tried nicotine? It's very calming.
It does somewhat calm you until you run out of nicotine.
Sure, but let's be honest. We're not going to live the lifespan here. Do you think the soldiers in Vietnam were like, I better stop smoking. I don't want to get cancer. They're like, no.
Yeah, no one was worried about.
They're like, someone's going to pop out of the trees with a bayonet and shank me. It's the same thing. These kids are not being like, well, what about when I'm 80? What about when I'm 80? My lungs could be all fucked up. They're like, in 8 weeks, somebody's going to bring in a fucking LMG, like some fucking Call of Duty gun into a gym class, and that's it for us.
Fuck Charlie in the trees. It's fucking Charlie in social studies you gotta work.
Yeah.
You gotta worry about.
Right, dude. I mean, can you blame them? Can you blame kids for embracing smoking head on? Because I can't.
They are the worst people on the planet right now. Anyone between like 10 and 16.
Yeah.
And it's really not even their fault anymore.
No.
You can't. They've been raised by millennials, I guess, like people like older than us in their 30s.
No, they're Gen Z's raised by Gen X, I think.
Whatever.
Millennials kids are like Gen Alpha.
Whatever.
I don't know, but
we'll get to them when they grow up.
We're not. No, millennials can't have kids because like nobody I know, everyone I know lives in their parents' basement. It's hard to get pussy when you're like sleeping 9 feet away from your fucking parents. You know.
You got to be slow clapping it just so the bed doesn't creak. That's not how you inseminate a uterus. You got to really get in there.
You got to really thrust. Yeah, unless you got some like fucking Michael Phelps swimmers, like you're not going to be able to, like you're like soaking like the Mormons do, you know?
Yeah. Everyone's got to get there. Apparently the average is 5.5. That seems like bullshit.
5.5.
It's probably closer to
5.5 what?
Inches. You need to really, get that in there. You can't be slow clapping there.
Well, that's gonna be a real problem for you, huh?
My shit is perfectly fine. Okay.
That's what women want to hear. You're like, baby, listen, baby. It's perfectly fine.
Baby,
it's rarely an issue. Okay.
It's very rarely an issue.
Yeah.
No, but it is like most people I know. I mean, at least 50% are still living with their parents in some sort, either being paid for or living with them.
Yeah.
That's not exactly conducive to getting some coochie, you know?
Right, yeah. So how are they supposed to have kids, you know?
Right.
They don't even have to think up of a name for the next generation. We don't have to. It's not going to get that far, yeah.
We're not even going to have kids.
Yeah, it's Generation Kleenex. It's like, you know.
Yeah, a whole generation murdered by Kleenex.
No, yeah, the next generation is sitting in a trash can next to my bed, balled up in a fucking tissue. I mean,
the next generation's, oozing somewhere behind the couch for some reason. Don't ask.
Yeah, the next generation's in a pair of Nike tube socks, balled up under your bed. You know, like,
yeah,
it's how it is, you know? It's not good. And the thing is, like, this doesn't come out for like 2 or 3 weeks, this episode, but I'm not too worried about being inaccurate in these predictions. I think these predictions I'm fairly confident in the tone we're striking here.
I mean, we will delete this episode. I'll eat my words if I get any coochie in the next.
I was just talking about, I mean, that's above and beyond. I was just thinking, like, being able to go outside without seeing something that makes me incredibly depressed.
Oh yeah. Well, you get depressed very easily nowadays. You're an easily angered man.
Oh, am I easily angered and depressed? Coming from the guy who is the most emotionally stable person I know.
Hey,
I get a little angry sometimes from the guy who accosted a cyclist for the high crime of leaning his bike up against the doors of his restaurant. I have anger management issues.
I have not assaulted anyone in, like a month and a half.
Okay, well, It's been a little longer than that for me. So I'm not saying
I'm going cold turkey on assault.
I'm not saying it's a competition. I'm just saying glass houses and stones, bud, okay?
All right.
Yeah. So I mean, that's you know, what about your life? Let's shrink our focus a little bit. The further we go out, the worse it gets. So let's, you know, dial it in here. What's going on in your life? Maybe there's something. Maybe you can teach me your ways of how not to be depressed.
How not to be depressed. Well, I've noticed on my days off, I'm even more depressed than when I'm working a full day, like 12 hours.
Yeah.
And I had a day off recently. It was like a beautiful day. And I decided I was gonna, you know, treat myself to a little, you know, have a little fun day. And I took a little bit of a little bit of an MK Ultra tab, a little half of a LSD tablet.
Okay.
During the day, and then I went.
That's not what tab stands for, by the way.
Tab, whatever, man.
Tab means like a square of paper, like a pull tab. A tablet would be something like a pill, but you know, semantics.
Hey, I'm still learning the language.
Don't listen to me.
Okay?
I'm just the smart one. Don't listen to me. I'm just the brains of the operation. I'll shut up now. Sorry.
The dumb one's trying to tell a story here, so let's relax.
Yeah.
So I took a little bit of this psychedelic, and I went over to my friend's house, the same friend who I almost kicked out of my car for throwing up all over a couple episodes back.
Right.
I go over her house, pretty much because she did that. I can just, you know, it's her house is my house, so I went over her pool, and I pretty much invited
Stuffing
myself
silverware
over.
in your pockets.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's a nice clock. I'm just gonna take that.
Yeah,
pawn shop's gonna love that.
Stealing
baby.
old CD players and stuff.
Yeah, I go over her place when she's not home. I like pawn jewelry and stuff, and we're friends. It's cool. She owes me.
We're pretty close, you know.
I steal the copper wiring from her basement. It's like, yeah, it's friend stuff. You know what I mean? So I would do the same thing for her.
I found out how to deactivate her alarm system. It's what friends do.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking chilling by her pool, and she's hanging out. And, you know, it takes about an hour and a half for that to kick in. So I'm just hanging out by the pool, having a good time. And I only took like a third or a half, so it shouldn't be too much, you know. So like a very, you know, easy to handle dose, let's say.
Yeah.
And we're hanging out by the pool, and she decides, well, she didn't tell me she was leaving. She leaves for a movie, just like leaves me after an hour of hanging out. Just as it's starting to hit, she leaves me at her house.
Yeah.
And I'm just alone in her house, pretty much.
Abandoned.
Yeah.
Like a scared animal.
You know, and it starts hitting a little much stronger than I was anticipating.
Right.
So pretty much I'm glued to her lawn chair. And I'm like, okay, well, this isn't what I thought would be happening, but at least I'm good.
Word of wisdom to anyone listening, that's not how it works. It's not like you can just take like, oh, I'll take a half tab and it'll just be like a little buzz. Now it's not like having a beer or two. Really, psychedelics, especially acid, is a very binary thing. You're either going to trip balls or you're not going to trip balls. There is no like, I'll just have a little bit of a ball tripping today. Just the one little smidgen of ball tripping.
And at one point, I've been there for at least like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, having a good time, listening to music. And at one point, her sliding door opens and her mom comes out.
Yeah.
And apparently she's been home the whole time. So immediately I have to have a whole conversation with her. My eyes look like saucers, like they're just all black. I'm all pupils at this point.
It's not something. It's not like, oh, I took a couple hits of a joint. Maybe she won't notice. It's a pretty.
By the way, she notices every time. Either way.
It's a pretty obvious form of intoxication.
So I'm having a conversation with her, and I'm starting to realize like I should get the fuck out of here. Like this is someone else's house on a weekday. At like 4:30 p.m.
I have her family tied up in the living room with a gun to their head. Perhaps I'm making a mistake.
Yeah.
The police have surrounded the house. I don't see a way out of this for myself.
So
I don't think I requested a helicopter to Mexico from the hostage negotiator, but I don't think he's gonna follow through on that one. I need to start exploring.
I don't think my demands are gonna be met.
I think it's Blaze of Glory time. How much ammunition do I have? How many people can I take with me?
Yeah, so pretty much I have to have a conversation with her, and shockingly I get through it. She goes back inside for a sec. I'm like, okay, well I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like this is no good. Like I don't think she suspected anything, but who knows?
Yeah.
Like I'm not exactly a judge of, the situation at this point.
Right.
So I decide I have to, drive home. Like I have to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah. That's like, you're like, what's the most prudent decision? Operate heavy machinery in the midst of a psychedelic
It's very
experience.
light machinery.
Great.
It's a Miata. It's not heavy machinery.
Also, I love that there's a very high school vibe to this story of like, what if my friend's mom finds out I'm on drugs? It's like, you're a grown man. She's just like sitting there. She's not like, oh, what is Dom? What are his parents doing? What kind of kid are they raising? She's just like, oh, drug addict friends hang out by our pool again. Great.
What is this bearded ape doing?
Oh, I should bleep the name. I gotta remember. Make a note
we'll
of
bleep
that.
the name. We'll bleep it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know who.
Yeah. What is this bearded ape doing at my fucking pool?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we're on like close terms, but we're on like come over for dinner when I'm organizing a dinner type friend. Not like, oh, pop over my house and trip sack.
Do acid by my pool. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to leave, right? I'm walking like out the back towards my car. She comes out again and she asks me, can you do me a favor real quick?
Okay.
And I'm on drugs, so like porno music starts
right.
Wop 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 playing in the background. I'm like, huh? Excuse me? No. But she comes over and asks for a favor. I'm like, okay, like I can't say no at this point. Like I have to go with the flow.
Do you have a pizza with extra meat?
Sorry, I forgot the pizza. I just brought the meat.
Dom, can I ask you a favor? Please put your pants back on. It's
Can
disgusting.
you please put your dick in your pants before you get in your car?
Your friend's poking out of the hole. Bear's poking out of the cave. I mean, please handle that. Thank you.
Please put the anteater away. So no, what the favor is to carry a fucking 400-pound box into their basement. Mm-hmm. So I'm currently like starting to peak.
Yeah.
I'm trying to maintain a conversation.
Yeah.
And like carry this box. Like I'm trying to not make eye contact with her while talking to her.
Yeah.
She tries to like give me advice to like slowly slide the box across the kitchen floor.
Slowly.
I'm having like
slide the box.
I'm starting to have a panic attack. I'm like, if I don't move this box in the next 2 seconds, I'm gonna fucking run out of this house. Mm-hmm. So I pretty much muster all the strength in my body, pick this thing up, and just like run through her house
Playing
with
it
this
cool.
giant box. I fucking slide it down the stairs in the basement, like push it all the way to the corner. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. She's like freaking out. She's like, oh my God, how did you do that? I'm like, yeah,
She's like, Dom, that box was 900 pounds. You just lift over your head. You're
Dom,
like, ah! Screaming, running down the stairs.
That is a full refrigerator.
Oh my God.
Okay. Yeah, I've been working out, Mrs. S,
It's like one of those stories, like those like moms who like their kid gets like trapped under a car and they get like super strength or whatever, except instead of a kid,
it's
a box of like Hanukkah decorations and you're just like,
it's literally 400 menorahs in a box.
Why'd you scream deuce volt when you lifted that box over your head? I gotta go. I got some emails I gotta check.
Yeah, I got a train to catch.
I gotta check my emails, so I'll just gonna.
But yeah, man, I'm peaking right now, moving this box around, and at this point, she's like thanking me. I'm like sweating, like my eyes are wide open,
right?
And like all I can muster is like, I'm like, like panting. I'm just like, your friendly neighborhood Polak, and then I just walk out of her house.
Great bit.
She's like,
that's your closer. You just walk out, drop the mic, and walk off stage.
Didn't even say bye or like have a good day. I just walked out of her house.
Thank you. Tip your servers. Follow me on social media.
And that was my nice calming day for myself. That's how I, spent my day off.
Have you ever I don't know, you tried just watching Netflix and ordering takeout?
I do. It makes me feel horrible.
Yeah, it's the quiet moments that get you, huh?
Anything that's not, I just need something to be happening.
When the noise stops, that's when the thinking begins. And when the thinking begins, the problems aren't far behind.
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, exactly.
All right, folks, that's about all the time we have for today. Dom, anything else to add?
Oh, man, not really. Happy Halloween,
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter at the CBW Pod. Visit us online, thecouldbeworspod.com. Share the video around if you liked it. Subscribe on YouTube, all that good stuff. And other than that, we'll see you next week.
Adios, people.